Anybody remember I Love Lucy episode with Vitamina Vegemin? The commercial. So I saw that the night before, and I just thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And I said, I gotta do that tomorrow. I gotta do that for class. And so she let me do it. I got up there, and to the best of my recollection, I just did it. And you know, where Lucy she keeps drinking the product, which has alcohol in it, and she gets drunker and drunker as the commercial goes on. And they liked it, and I got laughs, so that was encouragement. As many playwrights as there are, there's that many different ways to get into the business. I don't think there's any one set way. You can go to school for it, and some of them have done that, and I suppose they've done very well. After college, I was working in a ketchup factory. And I just knew that wasn't it. A friend came to me while I was doing that job. He was an older man. I had worked for him in his college bar. And he said that his brother bought a restaurant in Buffalo, a floating restaurant. It was a Mississippi riverboat. It's called the Showboat. And his brother wanted to do dinner theater. He and I just put a show together, and like a Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney movie, we put on a show on the Showboat, and it ran for a year. And then we wrote another one, and then the Showboats, well, virtually sank in a sea of red ink. It went bankrupt, but then we took our talents to the local theaters around town. We had this dinner theater dynasty in Buffalo. I had this other play gnawing at me, knocking in the back of my mind, but I resisted it. It was about my childhood. And I don't know why I resisted it. It was so autobiographical. I said, no, I can't. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to just write about yourself. I don't know, maybe it was a Catholic upbringing, you know, be modest, hide your light under a book. I don't know what it was, but I resisted it. No, I can't write that. But then finally it was screaming at me, write me, you fool. And so I decided to write about the nuns living over the tavern, the father in a crabby mood all the time, the wonderful mother with a sense of humor, the bully of a brother, my brother, another brother I have, had Down syndrome, and so I thought, how am I going to put him on stage? But I did, and people loved to play my brother Mike. And I wrote it in about a couple of months. I got it all out. It was very rough. And then I sent it to, I was living in New York at the time, and I sent it to the theater in Buffalo, the big professional theater in Buffalo, my hometown. And when we were doing dinner theater back in those days in Buffalo, this theater was Mecca, studio, arena theater, professional theater. And I thought, oh, I'll never play there. And so, years later, there I am in New York sending my play to this theater in Buffalo, studio, arena theater. And I sent it to them. The timing was miraculous. Their season was plays either by a Buffalonian, starring people who were born in Buffalo or had something to do with Buffalo. Well, so through the door comes this play that takes place in Buffalo, written by a Buffalonian. It's about Buffalo people, you know. So they, whoa, I think we have to give this a try. And we didn't know what we had. It was a brand new play, and it went through a lot of changes, a lot of rewriting. Oh my God, I can remember being in the hotel room, just like out of one of those books or movies about a playwright. I can remember kneeling on the floor, screaming, "Help me, God, please!" It was like 2 in the morning because I just didn't have that final scene right. And just, you know, just praying, please, and didn't sleep for 36 hours, I guess, just to get that final scene right. And I really didn't get it right, but I got it right enough, close enough where they could actually open the play. I can sense it. I can sense when it's wrong. It's just not, it doesn't have my interest. There's no, and usually, more than usually, always, it's because you've lost your conflict. There's no conflict in the scene. There's no, and conflict is usually one person wants to get something very badly and something or somebody is stopping him from getting it. And when that's real high, you've got a good scene. I don't think I could have written Over the Tavern if my father were alive at the time. Because, well, you'll see why. It would have. He comes off as sort of the heavy, but in the end, he's a very sympathetic character. But getting through those first 3/4 of the play with him sitting next to me would have been really rough. So my mom came, and she loved it. The whole family loved it. There's this one part that, well, it has to do, I won't give it away, but it has to do with a young girl sneaking junk food. Because she's on a diet, she shouldn't be sneaking junk food. So there's a scene that shows how she does it. And I took it directly from something that happened to my sister. And I was, at opening night, she was there, sitting like right there. And I was waiting for her, I was waiting for the part to happen on stage, and she did this.